Hello, everybody. This is my unboxing of the Neumann microphone TLM-103. This is a cardioid microphone, and this is the anniversary edition of this microphone. This has been a bestseller for Neumann for, at least 2 decades, and this anniversary edition can be a little difficult to find, but it's definitely worth the wait if you want the upgraded mount. And it comes in a very different box. You can see here, this is an aluminum box rather than the usual wooden box. The wooden box is very elegant and much smaller, but this aluminum box is impressive. It's got really legitimate hinges here. Nice clean look, definitely stronger than the wooden box would be, more transportable. I'm really impressed by the hinges. I mean, these hinges are very nice, and they appear to be lockable too. The handle is solid. I mean, this handle has got a nice little grip on plastic, but feels like it's going to hold up. That'll be really nice. Okay, let's open this thing up. Here. Whoa. Spring-loaded. Much better than what I expected with just an ordinary box. Box is fully lined with foam. Here's some documentation on the top. We'll open that in just a moment. Let's get down to things. Wow. So the Neumann TLM-103 Anniversary Edition comes in 2 different colors, like usual. So it comes in both the nickel and the black finish. So this is the nickel finish, and this is a more traditional finish. Black finish works well, though, especially in broadcast situations in video, because you don't have to worry about the reflection coming off of the microphone. And then it also comes in 1 mic set or 2, and so this box is really built for 2 microphones. I assume this other microphone will be over on the left side. And sure enough, here's the foam for that. Really impressive. And it looks like there's plenty of padding in this box. There's a big well underneath, and you can put all kinds of accessories in there. If you're carrying this mic from studio to studio or on the road, you'd have plenty of space for accessories like cables and adapters and maybe even a small USB interface. So flip that over because I only have a 1 microphone set. I should say the 1 microphone set costs around $1,300, and the 2 microphone set costs about $2,500. So look for those kind of prices. Well, I'm very impressed right off the bat. I mean, we have keys to this box. That's pretty amazing. And like I mentioned earlier, this is really the biggest difference between the anniversary set and, say, a regular edition TLM-103. The regular edition comes with a microphone mount, but that microphone mount is the SG2 microphone stand, and that's basically a rubber ring with a metal screw in the center so you can screw in the microphone. It works very well, and that retails for about $70. Now this mount, this is the EA1, and this is kind of the suspension rubber band mount. This is going to give you a little more sound isolation from hand noise and rumble and keyboard noise and table noise and things like that. So this is built in a more traditional fashion. Now, I am really delighted that I don't have to install these rubber bands because they can be kind of complicated and at the end a bit of a pain to string up. But I assume sometime in the future, like anything rubber like this, maybe in the next 10 years or so, I'll have to replace those rubber bands and just contact Neumann to get those. These rubber bands may also be available on sites like B&H and Sweetwater, and they may have spare parts, just like you can find spare parts for other industry standard gear like say headphones. If you buy an MDR 7506, you can often get spare parts for that too. This is pretty impressive. So this metal piece is where it screws in, and then that piece is suspended on these rubber bands, and the rubber bands connected to the larger outer ring. Wow, that is pretty heavy duty. All right, so here's the microphone itself. This thing is, once it gets installed, you can see it's like you got screws in here. It's not going anywhere. That'll be pretty rock solid. I put that on a microphone mount. It's also nice they've got a metal adapter for 3/8 and 5/8 right here. So standard sizes for microphone mounts. And I plan to put this on a boom, probably a broadcast arm, but in the meantime, probably a K&M microphone boom that I have. All right, so what a beauty. Now this is a cardioid microphone, which means that it only picks up right and forward and rejects a lot of the sound around the back of the microphone, and that's very advantageous. You'll also notice right here it's got a red label. The red label on Neumann's means that this is a condenser microphone, but it's a transformerless condenser. Transformerless condensers tend to be a little quieter than those with a tube or other types of system. There are other colors for labels, designating, say, I think green is for the dynamic microphones, and black is for the traditional tube condensers. And right inside, you could see we've got there's the cartridge inside, and that is screwed down right there, so you can't take it off, or it's harder to take it off. But this is really solid stuff. XLR in the bottom. They do make a version that has USB, although I'm not sure why you would want a USB microphone paired and with this microphone. This is a classic right at XLR. All right, so let's just put this on very quickly. We'll just unscrew this. Wow. That doesn't screw out. You put the microphone in and it screws in. Nice. Try it up. It's a little awkward. I want to make sure this is on straight and the screws get unthreaded. Nice. Now, a microphone like this, you do want to speak directly into the label. And because it's a condenser, it's going to be sensitive to pops. So you want to use a pop filter. Now, why would you get the anniversary edition versus another edition, the standard edition, say? Well, the standard edition comes with a very competent microphone mount. It's the, like I mentioned, it's the SG2 microphone stand mount, and that works very well. You don't necessarily need this suspension mount right here, especially since most people are not going to be tapping their microphone while they're using it. But if you wanted the suspension mount like this, I mean, there are a lot of different choices. I mean, you don't have to buy the Neumann version of this. I mean, the Neumann version is $270. It is a beautiful work of art. No complaints about the build quality at all of this mount. Really beautiful. But it is $270. And there are other versions, including one I think from RA that comes with a pop filter installed already. So, and they come in somewhere around $75 to $125. So significantly cheaper in a suspension mount from a third-party vendor. So you don't necessarily need the Neumann suspension mount, but it is quite beautiful, and the finish does match the microphone. So it's the aesthetic value is just gorgeous. Now there's no discount as well. So the regular edition compared to the anniversary edition costs $200 more, which is basically the difference in price between the SG2 stand mount and the Neumann EA1, the suspension mount. So there's a $200 difference, and there's a $200 difference. Well, the $200 difference between the stands and mounts, and $200 difference between the two editions. So there's no discount. You're basically swapping the SG2 for the EA1 mount. But, if you do swap, you get a nicer box. It is bigger. You got to store that bigger box. The other box is the beautiful Neumann wooden box, and that's gorgeous by itself as well. So, either way, it's a beautiful set. So that's the TLM-103 Anniversary Edition unboxing. And go record something gorgeous.